G'day all, this is take 2 of the Enjomor 6cc hit and miss engine. I'm pretty happy that I've had it running now. Still haven't managed to slow it down, so that's my next job to do. Now I've got 3 of the bolts out here because I just want to show you how these flywheels are held on. So I'll take this one off. All you blokes that have the other Chinese hit and miss engines, you'll know that they're all held on by a Allen screw or grub screw at the back. This new system is the bee's knees. It's a hub system. You've got to pry that apart. Take that off. So you'll see that's a split. The camera's picking it up. That's a split hub. You can see that split there. So then you've got a brass center going through. So you put that on the axle. You can see it's loose. The hub goes on, and as you tighten these 4 bolts on, that grips on and pulls really tightly onto that axle. It's such a better system than having that miserable Allen key at the back there and it just becoming loose every time, and then you end up stripping the Allen key bolts. That's a big thumbs up to the manufacturer, the way they're making these now. Absolutely fantastic. I've done something else on here. I'll just show you underneath. I was running this on 4 batteries, sorry. I was running it on 4 batteries. I've made a dummy battery on the lathe, put a bit of brass through some plastic Delrin, soldered on that little brass end cap, and takes the place of a AA battery perfectly. This is just held on by Velcro. That's held on by Velcro. Back again. What else have I done? I've spray painted the spokes. I've copied somebody else, and I've got rid of the screws on the head, and I've put studs on. I'm really happy with the way those studs look. I've moved the earth wire down onto here. I showed this before, but I'll show that again. I've got a rare earth magnet in there, and one of the biggest things I've done is I've put some PM Research fittings on here. Actually, what I'll do, I'll take the camera off and I'll be back. Okay, back again. Taken the camera off the tripod. You can see I've done a PMR fitting here, so I can turn the petrol on and off, which is going to be absolutely fantastic. I've still got a little bit of clear tube so I can see that petrol's going through. This is on by just 3 turns. I can spin that off to empty the fuel out, but this is going to be such a benefit. I hate pulling that tube out and just this whole thing dumps petrol everywhere, or whatever fuel you're using. So I can't wait to put that in operation. What I was showing before, there's the rare earth magnet held on with a brass screw. So any petrol dripping out of the carby is going to go in there. Here's a close-up of the head bolts on those studs that I put in the head. They look absolutely superb. I'm really happy with that. Turn this on the lathe just to hold that up so it's a little bit of gravity to push the petrol going down into the carby. Cleaned up all the wires. I showed these before. Some brass bolts and some brass washers turned on the lathe out of some hex. Bit of brass to dress it up. Switches in there to turn it off and on. some brass ends on the plinth just to dress it up. I've still got this on here so I can rope start it. Once I've got it working better, I will remove that rope start. I'm thinking about moving. I asked Gary Miller on one of the groups, and he's removed one of these. I'm thinking about removing one of those. There's two of these blocking up this. So there's 4 ports on the exhaust. 2 of them are blocked off. And I asked on there, and what the suggestions was so that there's not oil and crap blowing out of this one on your hand, and not oil and crap blowing out this one onto the engine. So it's just leaving these 2 open. Somebody said, I think it was Gary Miller, somebody said that engines run a lot slower if they're taken out, so maybe I might have a go at doing that. Thinking about doing that. Okay, just off camera, I've put those bolts back into the hub that holds the flywheel on. Another thing I did do, when I had the head off putting those studs on, I copied Matt's from 212 YouTube channel, and I took the valves out, the exhaust valve and the intake valve, and I did lap both of those, and I think that's given it a little bit more compression, and I can hear less leaking out of there. So hopefully that's going to do something when I get the engine up and running. But that's it so far for the modifications that I can come up with. But let's go see if we can get it started. I am very pleased the way the whole engine looks on the plinth. It's to me it's an absolutely beautifully stunning engine. It just looks like a proper old-fashioned hit and miss engine. I love the red. I like the brass that I've put on there. I like the colour of the plinth. I like the little bit of redness that I made the switch box. The little bits of brass just dress it up. But it really is. It's just a beautiful engine. Can't wait to try this out. This Beam Research valve for the petrol. But I think everyone would have to agree that it's a really nice looking hit and miss engine. Okay, just going to test that we've got good spark coming from the 3 batteries in the power pack. Put some lights out. Take the spark plug cap off. I'll wear a pair of insulated pliers. Okay, we've got a good spark there. Right. Lights back on. Okay, I'll mix up some fuel. Okay, got some, I use Zippo lighter fuel. Okay, with chockers. The reason why I use Zippo lighter fuel is mainly because I much prefer the smell of that than getting unleaded petrol on my hands. Alright, so let's see if we can get it going. Petrol tap turned on. Yep, I can see petrol's run through there. Yep, got some petrol on my finger. Okay, batteries are on now. I'll cheat and use a rope start. Okay, fingers crossed, let's go. Let's go. Okay, I can see why one of the most common mods now is to change that little spring down there either to a softer spring or to cut some coils off. Okay, just make sure this petrol is still going through. I can start that again. I stopped that because I was pressing on that governor, but I can see, I think that's a problem there. Another one to fix. So we can get it started again. Yep, battery's on now. Okay, battery's off. There's no water in there and that's hardly warm at all. So, yeah, you can see there's two weights in there and they, fast the engine revs, they spin out and they actuate this governor. But that spring, even though it's tiny, that spring in there is definitely, I'd say, needs to, I'll have to look through my springs and see if I've got a smaller spring, or try to cut a coil or two, coil and a half. Just start slowly, but I've got to turn this petrol off. Geez, I'm happy the way that works. So petrol's off, so I can undo this. I'll show you what I can do actually. So I can pull that off, and because the petrol's off, it's started up a suction. It's creating a vacuum so the petrol's not running out. Get it over there. 3 turns, and that whole petrol thing comes off. That's a 8mm I drilled and tapped that for 8mm. This is just soft aluminium, and drilled and tapped that. And I'll just show you how I can put that back on. Just get it. Hang on, that's how I know what's going wrong. Every time you're on camera, nothing ever goes. It's just that plastic is getting caught on there. Come around again. That plastic's hardened up a bit. That's it. Now I know what to do. Yep, go around, flip that plastic up. And now, put the plastic back on, and that's in place. That looked pretty difficult then, but trust me, it's not. So I can turn the petrol on. Petrol's off. I want to drain this. I just have the petrol off. Unhook that. And it's going to go easy this way because it's not going to get caught. Then I can go over to now hopefully when I turn this on, petrol tank just drains. Voila. Now I've got my Zippo lighter fuel back, which it's not cheap to buy down here. Well, that worked out well. Really happy with that. Now to put that back on while I'm here. Just get used to doing that. Yeah, just got to flick that around. Flick that rubber, not rubber, plastic, nylon, whatever the hell it is. Flick that around so it misses. And that's back on. Really happy with that. I think I've said that about 3 or 4 times now. Okay, there we have it. The Enjomor 6cc running. Next thing I'm going to do is just try a softer spring in there and see how that goes for me. But what a beautiful engine. And start at first go then. Hardly gets warm whatsoever. Hardly gets warm. Okay all, I've just had it apart, put the flywheel back on. I've took the flywheel off. This is not the easiest thing to get in and out. The best thing to use is a Sharpie, a scalpel. Put it down there. You've got to take that bolt out, slip that down there, and you can take that governor pawl off and on. But even though that sounds easy, I reckon it was quicker taking the flywheel off and putting that bolt back in. Anyway, what I've done, I've taken 2.5 coils off that spring, and you can see, maybe you can pick up from a little while ago, it is softer. So let's, okay, so here we go. We'll turn the petrol on, adjust that, battery on. Geez, I hope it runs slower and hits and misses a bit more, or at all. Okay. Whoa. How good does that sound? Okay, it started off really good. There's no heat at all. You would have heard that hit and missing. Sounded great. Then what happened? Maybe it needs the fuel rich Rolina. Yep, petrol's on. You can see the governor's actually working. In, out, in, out. Wow. I'm over the moon the way that's running. Well, I hope you can hear how happy I am in my voice. I am just over the moon. I know that's probably not running as well as what some of you blokes have got yours running, but I am absolutely stoked with that. I hope those close-ups gave you some idea of how it is firing on that ignition there. That weaker spring. I'm even tempted, I have to think about it, I'm even tempted to take another, have to go slow, I feel like taking another half off. But you never know, like another half could be too much, or it could be perfect, might need another one. But anyhow, there we go, the Enjomor 6cc hit and miss engine. Actually hit and missing now. I am absolutely, well, all that I've put, not hours, I've put days, virtually coming on to a couple of weeks into this. It's been a labour of love. Absolutely enjoyed every minute working on it. But wow, that is just, it's just beautiful. I've when I've been not working on it, I've been had it on the sideboard in the house. So every time I walk past, I glance at it, and it's just a gorgeous looking engine. And since the spokes have been painted red, it just it even looks better. I'm gonna pop this back onto the tripod and just start it up once more. So I'll be back in a sec. Okay, back on the tripod. I can turn that petrol. It is a little bit thirsty, this, so that's off. So that's about one complete turn, and that's about 2 complete turns. On. I'll have to stop cheating with the rope and start seeing if I can start it with hand. Okay, here we go. Just give that a little bit more juice. Okay. Whoop, just keep the tripod. Petrol's empty. No petrol in that. No petrol in the line. So I've used up all the petrol. Okay folks, thank you for watching, and I'm going to do something I've never done before. I'm going to roll some thank you credits at the end of this video, because getting this working has been, I can't say it's been me, it's been, it's taken a village to get this running. And I thank each and every one of you for all your hints and suggestions. So appreciated. Any suggestions on getting this running, or what else I could do, would be appreciated. But if your name doesn't come up in the credits, or the group you belong to at the end, my apologies. I'll try my best. And once again, thanks everyone. Really happy to have this running. Bye for now.